You good, my boy?
I was bullshitting about a minute ago. Listen.
But you guys might find out about it later. My bad. Don't mind this. Anywho, for those of you who do not know who this man is, he's an artist, a musician, my kind of guy. But to those at home, who are you?
I am a rapper, producer, sound engineer. Simply Huey's best friend from Chicago, dog. Yo.
You named yourself after boy Cairo.
Oh no, my man has a plastic throw. Let me do a gang sign. Let me do a sign. The gate is off the rails. Why is the gate off the rails? Like, no. I call Seeiso. Seeiso loses it. He's like, go to the police station. I'm like, dog, police ain't gonna do nothing. I went. Police did nothing. Nothing. Tried. I actually literally tried. We just looked at this empty room, boy.
Yeah.
I can't get the stems. I gotta send it to you.
New nephew, parallel to overdue cumes. Now my brothers got some new jet fuel, rock it and roll for the pockets to grow. As a result of my manifestation, I strive for telekinesis in order to create some distance between me and this physical contact. From the doctors prepared the procedure, because when I was there for the work, you were there for the leisure. Exchange a surgical stare at the meetups. Let's cut right through the bullshit. If it's beef, then it's beef. But no, I'm not the bull since I played the butcher when it comes to the cook-ups. So, speak in silence like the purpose is to read the mind.
First year post-pandemic. How many projects did you drop, bruh?
None. See, around that time, because like Luz came to my room, it was like chats about. From the get-go, and this is why I haven't released publicly. There's been this chat ever since that first project that I had to leak. It was always chats of, if you're gonna go public, you gotta do it properly. And that has held me back a lot. So like I'm always now skeptical about how to release, because the way I was working at that time was, 2021. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Hey yo, tell him I say hi. Now,
yeah,
sure. So now, 2021 year when it started. So I had just gotten into engineering over 2020. Started doing production, trying to make the beat sound better, right? So then released a couple beats. I was like, alright, cool. I released like SoundCloud stuff, which I wanted to go public with, but the whole thing was, well, I was too concerned with the nitty gritty, with the nitty of the nitty gritty. Like you have some loops in your beats. Are they gonna pick up those specific loops in your beats? Or are you gonna this, that, and the third? It's like, damn, I'm just trying to make some music. So 2021 comes Tepo, who's my current graphic designer. Big up Tepo, you genius, my G. Mr. Mukazi, Mukazi. Nah, that boy is actually a fucking genius.
Yeah.
So all them covers that he did, Dragon Leo, all of them. Yeah.
That's shout out, big dog.
Yeah, my man was doing a madness. Yeah, that, and thank you. Just took care of me. Guys. So now something happened. You guys know Shoku, right? Shoku is a producer and was also the co-founder of Internet Wave. So hashing them. Yeah, that's how, like, I knew Shoku for like the scene he was in producer wise. So he knew Jinji, he knew Dushi, he knew Yolo. But I knew him from a producer standpoint. I didn't know that he had that whole hash shit and he was the co-founder of Internet Wave.
Yeah.
So it was like, that doesn't really matter to me. I'm here where the production is way. Also, as a graphic designer, gotta give my man props, because he did like Tyson's thing, he did Miles's thing. My man is doing a madness. Like he's a graphic designer. You know what I'm saying? So now, Tepo somehow managed to get me in a session with him. And I was like, what? This is blowing my mind. Like my mind. How How? Had that session, and I was supposed to be making one song. He made a beat in front of me, and I was more curious as to what his process is. So I know that man, and you can't cap, you be keeping secrets like everybody does, but you're like, what is that? Like I'll tell you how I make my music. I'd show you, and he did. Granted, he did show me, but that he knows that one plugin, and I forgot the name, and I won't ask him because I'd be scared of niggas I admire. Like I really do. Yeah. So it's like, hey, no, do your thing, big dog. Yeah, I'll see you on the other side. Yeah. Catch 22. Yeah. Now, he showed me this plugin, and it's like chords and stuff, and it's doing this whole thing. So you play one note, it plays a chord.
Mm-hmm.
Play another note, it plays a chord. And I was like, yo, that's revolutionary for me, because I was always making chords manually, so I had to play all those things by hand. I had to put the notes together and figure it out. And I was like, yo, it's cheat code. He made the beat, and I'm like, hey, yo, this beat is hard.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't hard, it was more so smooth, emotional, but it was hard because something about it was just so clean. Like I don't know what, it's just a feeling that he managed to bring out. So I'm writing for this, and we're chatting. I'm trying to figure out all the stuff. I'm asking him a bunch of questions. I'm being a fucking weirdo, honestly. Like him and Tepo are chatting. They're like, oh, yeah, we get our jokes. I'm like, yeah, guys, well, me too. Yeah, me too, guys. Come on,
yeah,
come on. I get it too. Oh, yeah. So now, I'm going back. I'm like smoking a joint, smoking a guan. I'm trying to write. Like I need to write. Because now we're wasting time chatting where everybody's having a thing. And I'm writing. And some other beat comes up. Some other hard beat. I'm outside. This is a balcony. I'm afraid of heights. And there's no rails. This is like, I'm there on some, well, this is the edge.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm like, yep, this is it. I'm riding these balls. They better bang. So I'm like writing. He plays this beat, and he's inside with Tepo. I run inside. I'm like, no. That
play that back.
That not play it back. He's play. I'm like, all I needed to hear was a good. When the beat dropped, I ran in. So the beat's still building. It's got the kicks. It's good. I'm like, it dropped. I ran straight in. I'm like, that one. Please, that one. Tepo looks at me. He's like, no, don't worry. We're putting a whole pack together for you. I'm like,
damn.
That like hit here. Later, I find out Tepo personally paid from his own pocket for those beats. For me, and I was like, yo.
And this shout out is deep.
Like that man. That man is a different. He moves different. Like he moves with a certain genuinity or something. Like he's just. I don't know what it is, and it's like. It's magical to experience. So you're one of those people. You're like, bro, I don't even deserve to be around you because I will just be. I'm bullshitting, bro. Yeah. Like you are on a different thing. Like you're trying to build something. You're onto something else. We're not on the same page, but you are always a step ahead of me, and you do that. That had me in like forever. I will shook. I will forever be grateful to that man. Besides all the covers, because they know they banging, boy. They banging. No, they proper. My man, he gets paid for his work. Like he does a lot of work. So I'm like, hey yo, like a lot of work. My man gets paid for his work. He's a professional.
Yeah.
I said, besides all that, I will forever be grateful that you got me beats from one of my favorite producers in this country. Eternally grateful. I immediately got to work. So now that project has been in my pocket for a while. And the only thing that keeps holding me back is that thing in the back of my brain that says, you need to do this properly. Because even I was supposed to drop a track from that project as a single. Organized distribution, did all that, got the cover, everything was ready. And so in order to bring some hype to it, I decided, let me release let me work on something else. So I wanted to establish two different things at the same time. So one was to establish myself as a rapper. The other was to establish my production and engineering skill. But as it grows, it functions as a different entity. And I released like a 3-track little project on SoundCloud called New Gen. So like those tracks was with me being like, okay, except for the third track. The third track, I'm not gonna lie, that track has been in the vault. So that track was probably like a good year.
Alright.
A good year. The others, it was maybe a good couple months. I was like, all right, we're gonna need to put this out. So we're gonna need to put out something else to big it up. So now the cover that he got for that was also mad. It was mad because like at this point I'll be on Twitter, right? I'll be on Twitter and I'll be like, yo, this project here, man, it's a good project or whatever. I'll say something about the project.
Yeah.
And niggas would be like, yeah, man, that cover though, yeah. Yeah, that cover though.
Man.
And I'm like, I can't hate. I can't hate. I'm just like, damn it, man. Damn it. But then the whole chat from then was people took that project, that little thing so seriously. It got so much engagement just from people seeing it. So I was like, all right, cool. It like people took it more serious than I wanted it to be taken, which is weird to me.
Yeah. Because
like I'm trying to come up with something else. Don't be fooled. I was playing. Chill. I was playing.
Yeah.
Now niggas like, nah, they take it. So now the way, like I was having a conversation with Bobby, like that thing, I didn't promote it properly. I didn't go, well, even the way I promoted it was sort of serious, but it wasn't serious. So I wasn't serious about the process of letting it go. And now that's the only thing that keeps this thing stuck right now, is that I'm trying to get to a place where it's like I am serious about getting the process done, because there are many places which we can flourish with this thing. We have distribution I personally have people who know people like in the industry, people who are connected to Casper type people, people who are connected to like Kulichana type people, not type, those people, maybe not type people, those people, they are connected to those people. They can get me in a room with those people. I just don't know how to play my cards right. So until, like, I'm trying to figure that out, but I'm also at a point where I've been sitting with this for too long and it's too hard.
It's starting to get agitating.
Not even that, the music is too dope. It's way too dope. Like I go around, I was tweeting, like there was a couple weeks back, I was at Bobby's place. Random Swiss people, they're travelers, they travel the world, random things. So we took random acid together on their behalf.
Yeah.
See, you gotta get acid on their behalf. Kids, make sure that you never are like me. I'm not a good example. Now, when we took that acid, I played some of the songs.
Yeah.
And them boys went mad. Every time I played the songs, people went mad. Like, this is hard. And I'm like, it gets tiring. You're like, yeah, this is hard. You put it out, probably not everybody will have the same reaction, but I'm tired of going around being like, this is hard, where can I find it? Only a few people got emails.
You've actually been holding yourself back.
Yeah.
Actually.
Like, you have no idea. And that's why right now I'm in that period where I have different responsibilities now. I'm not the same guy, that 18-year-old that was fucking up shit, that was really about, fucking your bitch. No, that was my vibe. I was like, oh, what? Everybody's trading. Yeah. Like, yay. what's your status? Like, yeah, like that whole thing, it's not the same anymore. Even though with the culture there is an aspect of aggression that you need to like
accommodate.
Yeah, you need
Like,
to embrace.
if that's the word,
yeah, you need to embrace that. But I'm not on that same page. And what I'm on now, like I can't move the same way. Not everybody has the same responsibilities. So like when you're put in a position where you have to really grow, start looking at your priorities, something switches. And there has to be a compromise at one point. So I'm trying to make that adjustment to get that balance out. Because it's tough. It's really tough having music in your pocket that you really believe in, that many people really believe in. Honestly, even with this one here, I could do better. But I didn't want it to come to a place where over time you've analyzed it so much that you can tell where I could do better. Everybody's supposed to be bumping it by that point. Then we can like like maybe but it's also it hurts me. It hurts me because the shit I'm talking about is specifically traumatic. And I'm trying to use that as a concept to describe a generation, which in hindsight, yeah, like, well, in the scheme of things, you can kind of see how that ties in with the name of the project.
Z, by the way, for those who don't know, Z, not Z. Z. We know where we're from.
My man got a promo thing going on, yeah. It's big promo. Ha.
So basically, you're starting to slowly detach yourself from perfection, because from what I'm trying to hear, that attachment has been holding on to you for so long.
I have listened. That project was honestly finished. In terms of basics, I've only done like a couple tweaks since then. It was basically finished maybe probably by... When did I do that thing? I want to say probably at least by August last year. Maybe even July. It's been done. We've been bumping that car. I mean, we've been bumping that music in the car for so long. We've been bumping it everywhere. I'm tired, dog. Tired.
Sounds like a man ready for action.
I want to get into that. I am going to get into that because I'm really tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired. Mostly, I'm tired of whack rappers taking over. I'm tired. I want beef now. This is a sport. Like, now I'm trying to give the quality. I want that musical aspect to be fulfilled so that when I come and rip your head off, those obligations are filled. I don't have to please that.
Figuratively.
No. So that part of the resume should be filled.
Yeah.
That part where it catches you, where it speaks to you. That should be filled already. It's filled. I just need to get it out. Also, now that's a bit of a different chat because it's kind of long. So now the chat that Tsepo and Shoku were having, that they want to split it up. We split it up 3 tracks by 3 tracks. 3 tracks go with this tracks and whatever. But I'm like, cool. I just need to know that it gets out. I've gone past the point of listening to it in the track order, the track list order that we put it in when we made it. I've given up. I've given up because they are also, this is business. My man paid for those beats. Whatever he needs to do to get the results, I'm grateful. You do what you need to do. I have no questions. Maybe minorities, something. If it doesn't align with the thing, you're like, hey yo, yeah, calm down. Hey yo, that whole chat.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, that's cool. We can voice our little opinions, but whatever you really need to do, go ahead and do it. Just let's just get this out.
Right. And on that, right? Throughout the whole process of you trying to dissect what you needed to take out, what you needed to put in from the whole processing of the music making. I can tell that from what you've told us, you did as had ups and downs. You're basically swimming through oceans and oceans of anxiety, but throughout them whole processes, where can you say that you found yourself like in the center of the storm, in the most calm and peaceful part? When did you ever find that within your production or any other aspect in your life?
Well, I don't know. Man. I couldn't. I wouldn't be able to tell you, because the way that this sport is set up, there's no comfort.
Oof.
There's no comfort. Whenever you do get comfortable, people will remind you that why you can't get comfortable. And I have a specific problem with this one man who everybody let rap for this long and nobody decided to go after him.
This sounds like a declaration of war. Let's go for it. Let's hear it.
Bruh. Does anybody like what Lucas Raps is saying? Does anybody like it? Because if you do, come tell me. I want to hear, because I read them. I read them with the brethren. I read them with the Giannis. I read them with everyone. Am I tripping?
I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but what's yours, big dog?
Well, when you hit a freestyle, when you're doing the cypher thing, when you're trying to rap, when you're rapping on rap beats, you must be rapping, my G. You must be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta bring that thing.
That oomph.
The only person who I think really understood that in the time like last year was Pretty Ugly. He came to rap. He came to rap properly. My G, wagwan!
At Cairo.
Wagwan, my G.
Outside of music, right? How? Like, let's be honest, right? We've known each other for too long.
Yeah.
Actually, not even too long. Long enough. Actually, longer. We're still gonna.
Bruh.
Anywho, let's be honest. Phasing into this adult life thing has never been easy. And on top of you losing your folks at a really early age, in terms of adult life, how do you cope? Everyone has their own mechanisms. Everyone has their own ways of how they see things. But what's yours? What's your secret?
This is gonna get a little touchy.
I better let it. That's what we're here for.
To be very fair, I don't. And like probably since from I wanna say 2017, maybe like end of 2017 till last year, maybe August, September.
What happened during that phase?
I was going through a mad addiction period. Like mad. I just did not know what to do, like at all. Considering like you're in a rap space, rappers are doing rap shit. When you're in the motion, something's going on with you, and you don't want to talk about it. You know, you're gonna do something else to get that off your mind. And yeah, that was a long period, a long enlightening period, because there was a lot of damage in that time. Like my older brothers not getting along. Like that was a very big thing for me, because like my parents are gone. I am now left with my brothers and my sister.
Yeah.
My sister went to go do her thing in England. because while she's young, she should try. And I couldn't even fault her for that. Go do your thing, cuz. So she did that, and then in the mix of that, like, I guess, my brothers just weren't
on the same page.
Yeah, and it became very toxic very quickly. So now one is my guardian. He's guiding me, he's keeping me on the ropes. The other one is the reason I got into rap in the first place. So like, they both play an idealistic role in different ways. And it's like, stop fighting, guys, stop fighting. It's
tiring.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm in the middle now. So both of them are looking at me like, they're looking at me saying, you need to watch this, so you can so you know for next time.
Yeah. And
I'm there thinking, this basically means pick a side.
I was hoping you wouldn't say those words. There was a part of me that was hoping.
Definitely came down to that, and I can't lie. I tried to stay on the fence because I don't want my older brothers fighting.
Dude.
Like, I don't want that. Them niggas. I'm trying to like watch their steps, and like just see how I can move.
And it's like, around that.
Yeah, like you're trying to become better with a motivational example. And what better way than it being right next to you? But that thing caused a lot of damage, like a lot of damage. So that period happened. During that period, because of that thing going on, now we're all fighting. So now I'm fighting with everyone. I didn't understand it. So I'm just getting madder by the day, just getting more depressed, because also now I've been moved from Pretoria to Joburg end of year, like maybe like third term, towards end of third term. And next year, you're moving me back around the same time. So it's a whole lot of transitioning, and it's very overwhelming because considering what's going on here is like it's not the same there. It's if anything, Joburg is a dangerous place.
Extremely dangerous.
It's a dangerous place. Like,
you need not tell me twice.
Like it's you're gonna get into some shit at one point.
Eventually.
Like, and where I was, that shit was just kept
constant.
Going on. So like I'm going home and like something's going on here. I'm like, shit. Well, this is I'll go back and tell my brother this story so that because I don't like what's going on at home. I'd rather have that beef be the chat at home than the chat at home be the chat at home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because those things got very traumatic, like very traumatic. So now I don't have any good examples of relationships because my brother, when he took me in, he was still like my age right now. He was like 21. Yeah. So now I'm seeing a bunch of girls come in the house. I remember this other morning, I was still at CBC. I found a shit on the floor in the bathroom, like human shit, like a human piece of shit, like a proper one.
Like they missed the whole can.
Bruh, right next to the toilet. That's what's mad. Cause now I'm thinking, what's that smell? And I'm late. I'm trying to get in. Also, like it's weird. It was just a weird environment.
Yeah.
For a while. It's granted that my brother was dealing with a lot of grief. Cause right before my parents passed, his like long-term girlfriend passed away. So it hit him and it hit him and it hit him. So now I can get that, but I also don't forget what I saw
at the
time.
Yeah,
so it's hard rationalizing things and also validating your feelings. It's like, what is this? So now I'm finding a random nigga shit on the floor. I'm trying to take a shower to go to school, dog. I'm trying to go to school, dog. This man's babsing right now. I'm trying to go to school. Like, niggas forgot me at school. Like, what's going on?
Damn.
Like, I'm like, yo, there's a whole lot of women. Even when he was in a relationship, I know how like it would be in that time. Like, that what is faithful? I grew up in a house where it's free for all. My brother brought his friends and they brought their girls. My other brother still not the friend. In the house. In the house.
It's his house.
Yeah. No, boy, but think about that, and you're trying to get to a place where you can be in a healthy relationship. So you don't have examples of having healthy relationships.
Yeah.
And then when it comes into its own, it's a change. Because this has been like this for a while. Once it changes, it's uncomfortable. Why are you changing things?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what are you? No. Why are you treating her like this?
You are used to your comfort zone.
Yeah. I'm like, what's going on here? Why? Because I couldn't understand that thing. And like only after a while of having to see that thing go through like a bunch of ups and downs. I'm only saying this because I only feel like that recently. So like they put work into that. Now I have a good example of what to look out for just growing up. Because growing up was a madness. Growing up with like niggas are vomiting on the fridge, like comeback is just nigga synthesis, dog.
You're surrounded by films on top of films on top
oh
of
yeah,
films.
yeah. I remember this time my uncle and my sister, I guess they were out drinking with some of their friends or whatever, and I'm in the living room. I'm watching something, probably like some Disney or Cartoon Network or some shit. Just passing time. It's like a Saturday or some shit. They bring these people, this girl, and now, you know, I'm on those like long couches, né? And there's a single couch here right next to it. This girl comes, sits, like, hi. We greet, and I'm like, hi. She sits, and I'm watching. I don't realize that this girl has passed out. But also, the thing is, I turn around, and I'm just seeing vagina. I'm like, what? Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't... My man Zach and Cody is doing the thing here. Like, what's going on, bro? And I'm confused because... Why? Like, you were just sitting here. You were just sitting here. How does that happen? And, like, I didn't know how to go about that.
Yeah.
Like, at a point, like, it happened, and for some reason, some weird reason, I felt like I did something wrong.
Damn.
So now I'm going to tell my sisters, like, oh, no, she takes them. But at that point, I'm just like, that image is already burnt in. My brother's girlfriend, around the time that my parents passed, had a brother.
Mm-hmm.
And that brother exposed me to hentai. And I was like 9 at the time.
Damn.
So it's like time now he's smuggling in drinks, like, yo, let's drink. I'm 9. My other brother's like, what? He's like 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe for him it's a bit normal, but I'm 9. And now we're in here, we're checking out the hard drive. This is just a bunch of porn and liquor, like...
Damn.
They did beat our ass for sure.
I mean, obviously.
But it's like it's already there.
It's too late.
It's already there, embedded.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Now this is the environment, and now I have to go out into the world and figure out how to be healthy about how I move. It's a bit of a tricky situation.
Yeah. Because your norm is literally
It's not normal.
nothing compared to...
It's still around the time when I was at Cairo. It's that same thing. So
bro, you were going through all that...
While gents were out here, man was playing like rugby and stuff like that, I'd come home and it'd be madness. Like, it would be cool. It would be like, I can't say I'm not privileged.
Yeah.
But the price for that privilege was not the same one everybody pays for privilege. Because also, I going to a place where people are much more privileged than I am.
True.
Like, people are pulling up in mansions. They got two PlayStations. Like, what? They get a new phone.
They driving to school.
Yeah. And like, I'm like riding a bike, walking sometimes. Like, hey, yo, I'm being left at school. Like, hey, yo.
Pretty sure you have that story. least once in our life. Being left at school.
3 times, you.
Damn. That shit happened to me once, bro. Damn.
3 times, 3 different people.
What luck.
Bro. So it's like, yeah. I'm trying to find that calm right now. Because, I don't know. For a long time, that calm was the drugs. Because I couldn't, like, I didn't know how to... I had never really expressed this to most of anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Poppy, because she was there. Well, the way me and Poppy met is like we were getting drunk at first. So I'm literally spilling the beans about my day. So it's like, oh, yeah. So that's how that thing went. But I have yet to see a therapist about. I've yet to see a therapist about my parents. I've yet to see a therapist about my brothers. I've yet to see a therapist about even my own behavior, because it's never even lasted that long. I remember they tried to take me to one of them people who speak to spirits. And that was weird. I was open, but that was weird. And it was like I never really got to a point where I could
be open.
Yeah.
Vulnerable.
Yeah, I didn't know that, because now as you start to grow up, my parents died in 2010. I'm like 9. I'm turning 10 in December. I'm like, yo, you grow up and you realize you don't know your parents. So
damn,
when they're speaking about this is how dad was, this is how mom was, I have a very limited view. Because I remember being a proper child, knowing them as only that person knowing them as just my heroes. They were like, oh, they're there, that's them. That was it. I didn't know who they were. And I still pretty much don't, because I don't know. Everybody has had a very different experience of them. And I never got my own. Damn sure this probably would have not gone the way it is right now if they were alive, because that would have been, I would have had a normal fight to come to that, because no parent is just going to be like, yeah, you can rap. And to be very fair, it might have taken me a while to come to that, because it's a functional home. There's a way to function in a home. You went to school, you need to deliver, you need to get a degree, you need to work.
Yeah,
the steps. And that didn't play out the exact same way. So I'm trying to figure out what that normal way to grow is. I had to block my brother today. Just today, this morning, because he was cyberbullying me. I mean, let's do this. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Boy, we are not about to do this right
No,
now.
all you're gonna do is just like go through, cause like his paragraphs.
Bruh,
all I'm gonna do is
I just saw like 6 paragraphs.
exactly
down.
from him, right? Just
Jesus.
and right, and that's like how many answers do I give?
Wait.
How many answers? That may be there, but how many answers am I giving? And then there's paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs and paragraphs. When is this from?
Bruh.
2021. Still paragraphs. Still same thing. For a while I didn't talk to him. So yeah.
He became a peace disruptor.
I feel bad because there's a lot that went into that. Yeah, there's like a whole lot that went into that. But then this thing that happened today, because his birthday was 2 days ago, and I was still just trying to be like, come on, bro, like let's at least try and work things out. Let's at least try be civil. That's the word, civil. None of that. So I was like, cool. I had to go talk to my brother. That happened all this morning. I had to go talk to my brother, and he explained everything that happened in the scheme of things. And it hurt. It hurts, and I can't tell my brother, because my brother is, I don't know how to speak to my brother, because I have my own set of views for how that has been in my life. So I don't know how to be fully comfortable.
Yeah.
So I can't tell him. I can't tell my friend. I feel like I can't tell my friend because also they dated.
Oh yeah.
So so that happened, and I'm like, I don't want to trigger her, right? So I'm like,
Your options are limited. On
like I don't know what to do to even get this off my chest, and that just keeps building all and everything. So there's no calmness. Maybe that in that little second where I'm like, all right, cool, I'm about to smoke my 6th blunt. Yeah. I could have blocked out everything, but by the time last year came, when I had finally upgraded my marks so I could actually try and get into school, try and get a job and do these things that I needed to do, I didn't want to accept anything. I didn't want to know, I didn't want to figure, I didn't want it to be that obvious. Like I know this is a problem. I know what this problem. I don't want it to be a problem. So I just blocked it out. It's like repression and all that shit. It's just like blocked out. And only recently, after having to like take a step back, you know, look yourself in the mirror, you be like, hey man, you're moving mad right now. You're moving mad. Even a couple of your friends is moving mad. There's no time to be moving mad anymore. You need to, because now my brother and sister are gone now. My parents' house is basically up to my hands. I need to make sure that shit stays up. And you know, after I build a family home is not cheap, my G.
It's really
I have no income. It's like, what are you doing? How are you gonna make yourself sustainable? It's a whole. That chat was there at 18, but I didn't want to accept it because that shit still just happened. It was fresh out. I had just come back from Eastern Cape. These niggas are taking each other to court. I come back, I'm like, no, I'm not dealing with this. I'm going. Yeah. I'm going to be happy. And for a while I was. But then you realize how you're entangled in your own trap. So it's like, okay, cool. After a while, you need to start thinking objectively. What are the results? Did you make something? Was it worth it? Did it amount to something? What can you show for it? These are the types of chats that now like need to be had. You need to be able to show what you're working on. There needs to be proof. You need to prove yourself as an adult. You need to prove yourself. Yeah, you know, I don't want to say as a man because people need to prove themselves as people. Right?
Yeah.
So, in that regard, you have to come into your own. And you have to come into your own knowing that you can stand strong. I couldn't do that knowing I was repressing all of this. So I had to like kind of step away for a bit. I had to moderate it. So I moderated it and I had to come to the place again of why I first got into it, because I didn't get into like smoking weed because I was depressed or whatever. I got into smoking weed because that shit was fun. I made better raps when I smoked weed. I was like, yo, this is mad. We can be chilled. I'm such a nicer person sometimes. like come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Kind as hell. So, but then you start to experiment and start to move into other things, and then as time goes on, if you're not careful and you're still dealing with some other stuff that have nothing to do with drugs, you start using it as a coping mechanism. And it was like that for a long time until I had to come back and be like, no, I can't cope with this. This is for the fun. This should have a purpose. I can't be using this to run away from what's been going on back there.
Can't keep using it as my crutch.
Yeah. So I had to chill and kind of lay low, calm down, and then I could try like taking a couple puffs at a time, or like I'd have one joint. It's moderation. Like now I'm not like doing like a tab of acid 3 days in a row, right?
Lord.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like, hey, yo, calm down, handle the business, and go find someone to talk to about this professionally, which is in the process. But life be busy.
True.
Life really be busy. But also at the same time, there's no excuses. So that's on me. I need to get that done. But besides that, I'm trying to handle the shit. And handling the shit, I just got into a place where I'm like, all right, it's time to handle this shit for real.
And on your topic of handling shit, right? Clearly, you've been through enough.
I feel like everybody has.
Yeah.
You listen to people, and you're like, nah, yo, shit fucked up, cuz. like that's me listening to other people. I'm like, hey, yo,
and
my
vice
shit
versa
fucked up,
right
and your
now.
shit fucked up, yo. Like, yo, you.
It's vice versa right now, and like, on going by what you've literally just told me, this year alone, so far, I mean, we're only 2 months in, but can you tell me that it's looking a whole lot more optimistic than the previous ones?
Definitely, because I had obligations to fulfill, and for a long time, you know, we being young, ambitious, and not planning things properly, you go in and tackle your dream without a plan. It's the dumbest thing to ever do, while neglecting your backups, while neglecting the things that could sustain you later. So I had to basically come back and fulfill those obligations. I needed to make sure that I could go home and this is done.
Yeah.
Like,
a sense of discipline.
it's not making it is fine. There's a lot of people that don't make it. But what did you sacrifice to get there? To not make it. You know what I'm saying? So I had to go do that thing first, and then come back and be like, okay, maybe there's a way to work around this. I can make it.
Sounds like it took you a lot to find that sort of discipline, huh?
It took help. The help people gave it wasn't genuine. Like, maybe in a couple places. Places was definitely genuine, but it wasn't like, yo, how are you doing? When people ask you, how are you doing? And you already know that they could be a wrong answer. I had too many of those.
Damn.
So it was like, hey, yo, I don't want to tell you how I'm doing. Because if I tell you how I'm doing, you're just going to get mad. Like, why are you like this? Like, what the fuck?
Bruh.
Calm down.
You asked, I answered.
Yeah, literally. Why are you mad?
Yeah.
Why am I mad is the question. Get the fuck out of here. No. No. And it would happen way too many times. And I had finally been in a place where I was like, yo, I have support. Like, people bent over backwards for me to finish like my matric. Like, they bent backwards. And I could see that. And they could see, because that they supported me, I was willing to put in everything. I put in the work. The only thing is I just needed some guidance. Like, I can't lie. If without Pope, it wouldn't have happened, because somebody needed to be like, yo, you need to do this. It's time. You need to do this. It's time. And when you don't have that, moving on your own thing, I don't have any discipline. So it's like, yo, how are you moving? There's no discipline whatsoever. It's like, there's no structure. So once I finally got that support and got that structure, they were willing that they saw that I was willing to put in the work. So yeah, when they saw that, that's when we got the results. Because I've been existing in a bunch of politics I don't like, but apparently it's normal, so I have to understand it now. I have to know how to work it now. But for a long time, I didn't know how to deal with that.
Dude.
So it's like,
yeah,
it's like you're only just now realizing your tools. Like, only just now. Like, something as simple as support is such a weird thing, because they tell you this thing like in grade 7 LO or some shit.
Yeah, bro.
So it's like, you need support, you need to this. Yeah. I was like, yeah, bullshit. Yeah, like, because I'm like, what? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is according to the definition that you've given me. I don't know that.
Okay. It takes a lot for you to actually admit that you've gotten this far and to this point because of help and support.
Yeah, no, for real.
Like, not a lot of people go out of the way to actually be thankful.
Those people saved my life.
Poppy. Thank you.
For real, Jen. You done good. Hey,
you did something like we couldn't do.
Oh, yeah. I found out something weird this year, yeah?
Yeah?
Something creepy, actually. So...
Wait. Interview worthy or not?
I mean, it's like a fun fact.
Okay.
It's like a fun fact, considering now we're talking about Poppy who helped me get through this. And like, so now Poppy's mom is also like, she really loves me. So I didn't understand because she's like also really strict, but she's just bent over backwards. She helped me fix my car. She helped me with fees. She helped me all. Like, she treated me like I was her child. She treats me like I'm her child. Bruh, 3 weeks back, going to the grave. I'm like, alright, cool, sure. Put some flowers there. I'm like, taking the check, go out, take a look at the tombstone. I'm like, wait. This is my mom's birthday. It's not. It's not my mom's birthday. I go back to the car. I'm like, yo, when was your mom born? It's like this day. Like, oh shit, that is creepy. Our moms have the same birthday.
No fucking way. Bruh.
So it kind of made sense because, like, also her mom's a clairvoyant. So it's like there's a whole lot of things going on, like, spiritually for her. There's a whole lot of shifts for her. And her view to it is like she felt like she had an obligation to take care of me. So then she's out here like, no wonder she just threw me her child. And I'm like yo, like, hey, yo,
just threw me her child.
Yeah, like, yeah, yo, like, hey, mad, you need to calm down,
Bruh.
mums. Like, calm down, nah. But so that's like just a fun fact, like, hey, yo, that was what?
Bruh. Alright, Cairo.
Well, go on.
We're coming to the end of the interview, unfortunately, but I had 2 questions left for you. First and foremost, what's your idea of a perfect day?
Yes. You wake up in the morning. You bathe yourself. You get into a nice cleaning routine. Take care of your body. Get into that bathroom mode. You get some routine in there. I don't know. I like that little moment for that.
Yeah.
You have a meal. Just a good meal. Like, make it something creative. Bacon pancakes. It's the best breakfast ever. I mean, not everybody can get bacon pancakes, but listen, anything, eggs and bread. I'm really about this kind of forever, you know what I'm saying? Kind of forever, yeah. So, get a meal. Preferably smoke some weed, just a little bit. Just like a couple 2 pools. Like, okay, the stress of the day won't get that to me. I have a calm place. Perfect day. In that order, go to my parents' grave, put some flowers there. Go to my gran, make sure she sees my face, cause that one's a troll. Yo, that woman is a troll. Yeah, so go her. Go link the brethrens. Play like a little bit of pool. Play a little bit of pool, have a couple beers or something like that.
Yeah.
Go see my gallus, make sure she's doing good. Let her see all this purtiness, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Like, baby.
Young reminder.
Baby. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Yeah, man, don't let me know. Let her know.
No, like, she's good, bro. I love that girl. She's good. She already knows, bro. Like, I'm hers. Like, there's no fighting it now.
Good man.
She's traumatized me. I'm sorry. It's like, that can't go back now. The streets are too full right now. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, streets. I'm sorry. But you didn't want me there anyway, so fuck you. Like yo.
My boy love where he's at.
For real, yeah. So like that. Link the brethrens. And then from then on, studio boy. I'm not gonna lie.
You'd end your day in the stew.
I want.
That's just the neighbors. You'd end your day in the stew.
Yeah. So like, I'd need to get who I want to work with at that point. Get one of the brethren in studio. And
that's your idea of a perfect day. What, closing off, what advice would you give to someone who's looking up to you, despite everything that you've gone through, despite watching and listening to everything you just said? Someone who looks up to you and said, nah, that's my dude Cairo. In footsteps I'm following. Bruh, give that sauce. How you made it?
Whatever you want to do the work. Do the proper work, that effort. And with that belief, you need to believe in what you're doing. Believe in yourself. There's a whole generation of insecurity right now. Believe in yourself. And say less. Let the work speak for itself.
Man, those are actually fighting words for someone who really needs to hear that. Right. Guys, you didn't say a lot. You really didn't, but he said enough for you to keep going. And on that note, we just like to say, Cairo Clarendon,
my G,
thank you very much for having us.
Nah, thank you for having me.
Dude, we appreciate, bro. Thank you. Actually, we can keep saying thank you back and forth like it's tennis, but we have to kill it eventually. Cairo, thank you. Cairo, thank you for having us here. No cap, we look forward to the relationship that we've already established and for it to further flourish, right? And on that note, guys, please be careful out there. Take care of yourselves and be on the lookout for the Continue edition. Yes, the Continue collection is coming back this same year. So don't be shy to just pop by our socials, Instagram, Twitter. Do we still have Facebook? Facebook. And we're getting TikTok soon, so don't worry. We're not that old. And on that note, I just like to say goodbye on my end. It's been really great. Another episode of Creative Minds by TWIIS. Signing out, my name is Tumi. That's Cairo.
Hey, my man did the outro. Boop, boop, boop. Hey.
I feel as if you left some. Alright, big dog. So look. I bet. Redo. Once he's done choking.
Alright. Ish. Sorry. Thought I smelled something. Sorry, boy. Like, hey, yo.
I'm like, wait.
No, but you smell it right there, yo. I gotta smoke some.
Like, at one point, I'm like, nah, wait. I'm like, at one point, it's not me. But then as soon as you're like, I'm like, wait, so it's not just me.